A háziasszony virágokat tetet az ablakba a cselédlánnyal. So the woman of the house had flowers put on the window by the chambermaid. This with the maid, maid, cselédlány. And so when you say with, that's the vol ending, but if it ends in a consonant, you just double the consonant instead of and substitute the V for the doubled consonant. So my question is, how do you show a double consonant when it's a digraph? So like ñ is the consonant. So do you double the N or do you double the y? Anyways, let's see how well I spelled it. Okay, so I spelled everything except I said hazi instead of hazi, the hussy. So the woman of the house, so hazi and asszony is the woman. Virágok, so flowers. So she's having the flowers be put on the window by the maid. So in English, we would say she made the maid put flowers on the window. And so the maid in English logic would be the thing that's being made. She made the maid. She forced the maid to put flowers on the window, but in Hungarian, the logic's a little bit different. She forced this to get done by means of the maid. Let's look up cselédlány. What does the cseléd mean? Cselédlány. So servant, and it comes from what language? Cseléd, Slavic. Oh, and it's related to család. So család also came from Slavic, apparently. So a servant, like girl, a maid servant. And then when we look at the vol, the instrumental, so she is the instrument to getting the flowers put on the window. You see it's, okay, so that's the way that we double a ñ, two N's get doubled. We don't have to double the N, ñ. Just we represent it with one. I mean, if you're going to hyphenate it, then you would have a ñ with the y. So ñ and a hyphen and then the ñ again. That's the only time that you would really have ñ and ñ. Otherwise, it's shortened into the ñ. Okay, but not pronounced crazy like I pronounced it. Let's listen.
A háziasszony virágokat tetet az ablakba a cselédlánnyal.
And I do want to mention one thing about this tetet. So when it's pronounced, it has to end, the first syllable really has to end with no consonant. You can't say tet, et. You have to say tet. And if you were going to, since we're speaking of hyphenating, if you were going to hyphenate it, you would hyphenate it after the and the new line would start tet. And there is a word that's also present tense that's tet. So in that case, the first syllable ends in the t. And let's go look up that word. I think we've looked at it before. And that it comes from a root that did end in a tet. And so that's why the first half is tet. And then it also has the causative suffix to make this word. So that's tet, which means to pretend. So you got to be careful when you're pronouncing to say tet instead of tet.